Hello and welcome to another X-Ray Tech video. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between automation and outsourcing. Now I want to make one thing very, very clear. Outsourcing is not a substitute for automation in any way. These are categorically different processes, and they're trying to do very, very different things for you, your staff, your bottom line, and the way that you view labor inside of your own organization. So at X-Ray, and everything that we do, especially with automation, is designed to amplify the people that you have, not replacing them and not outsourcing critical dimensions of their role to some third-party external source. It's all about creating the value inside of the organization, raising your people up, and creating that consistency and that workflow that is actually worthy of their attention. Now, the first thing with automation is that it's designed to amplify the people that you already have. Automation isn't going to replace people. It might replace certain tasks that those people do, but it's not designed to fully replace them. When you're automating, you really want to automate robotic work. So copy and paste, data entry, things that are mundane and mindless, right? In exchange for this mindful time, this high value work that is creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful, and really the best use of your staff's time. By implementing automation inside of your organization, what you're saying is your time, your staff's time, is more valuable being spent on higher value tasks like creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful work. And the mindless work, the copy and paste, the data entry, the migration of information between different software, that should be handled by robots. That should be handled by automation. So just in time, as you're trying to do creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful work, the robots are able to serve the right information at the right time in the right place. And this is going to enable your staff to get more done with less time with the support of robots, right? That is a very different angle than the race to the bottom, which is outsourcing. So when you're outsourcing a process or outsourcing a specific function, right? We've seen this traditionally in legal and accounting fields. Now, as you move into more complicated processes that really do require a human touch to at least understand all of the context or the nuances around, getting a specific process done, if you're outsourcing that type of work, what you're really doing is robbing yourself of the ability to learn, iterate, and improve that process. When you outsource processes to a third party, to somewhere else in the world, to some other group that is now responsible for that process, again, outside of accounting and law, you really end up in a relationship that isn't symbiotic. You are now dependent on this external third party to deliver the output of whatever that process is. And whatever learnings, whatever improvements, whatever iterations you might need for that process is out of your control. And by outsourcing this process, what you're really doing is eliminating your own ability to learn, improve, and develop the next iteration of that process that is core to creating value at your company. So I really caution outsourcing as silver bullet to any process-based problems, because what that outsourcing group is doing is extracting all of the mindless, mundane, robotic work that you're trying to get rid of, and they're simply giving it to another person to do, right? Net, this isn't helping any individual reduce mindless work. It might help your team do less mindless work, but you're paying someone else that you're outsourcing this work to do that mindless work. You're not solving it permanently with automation and robots designed around your team's existing workflow. So I want you to think about that when you consider outsourcing versus automation, and what control you actually have of the two, and what it is you're trying to do as an operator, as a leader inside of your company. Do you want to race to the bottom and outsource human labor and try to find someone else in another country that's going to be a little bit cheaper than the labor that you have now to do this mindless work? Or do you want to actually solve the workflow problem and eliminate the robotic task from your company as a whole so that your staff can focus on the mindful, creative, analytical, strategic, and thoughtful work that does deliver the most value inside of your organization. It's your choice. Operators are going to choose the whatever works for them. But from what we've seen and what I've found in racing to the bottom to find the lowest dollar amount work for outsourced labor, it's not a winning strategy. It's a short-term strategy that will come back and bite you. So I hope this video has been helpful in sort of outlining the difference between automation and outsourcing. And I really do hope you consider automating before outsourcing, because it's going to be a much stronger long-term position and value proposition for you, your staff, and ultimately whatever value you're trying to create at your organization. So if there's anything else you'd like us to cover here on the show, feel free to drop a comment. Please like and subscribe. It does really help get our mindful work message out there to the masses. And as always, links and resources are in the description down below. And don't forget, keep the flow. See you next time.